What is up, guys? Welcome back to Swish Life Garage. As you guys can see, I'm back with it on my 99 Civic. I'm gonna be doing some work onto it. Probably won't be a long video. If you guys saw one of my last videos, I did fix the upper control arms on my suspension, and that fixed a lot of the wobbleness that I was feeling. But now I still feel some wobbleness, but it's happening from the rear. It looks like my rear camber arms are pretty much blown. The other bushings as well are blown, but to me it looks like a lot of the movement that I'm feeling is going to be coming from those camber arms. I just received the parts in the mail, so I'm going to be installing those. I'm going to be starting on the passenger side first, so I'm going to put a block in the front, get a jack and jack stand, and take off this rear wheel. Here is that rear camber arm, and as you can see, the bushings are just completely blown. So I'm pretty sure getting some movement out of there. Other bushings as well are pretty blown, you know, they're cracked up. This one is probably the quickest and easiest to get to, so that's why I chose to do this one pretty much right away. It's just going to be held in by 3 14s. We got 2 right there and then 1 right here. I'm going to loosen them off firstly, and then I'll take them off. As you can see, that thing is completely blown out. Driver's side, same thing. Here are the rear camber arms I chose to go with. It's from Ktuned. These are the ones with the rubber bushings. It does come with a decal, and then we have the rear camber arm. The difference you're going to get in these Ktuned rear camber arms is the adjustability. So if you're lowered or raised for any reason, you're able to adjust the camber to where you need it, and then you have these locking nuts wherever you like it, and then just lock it on down so it doesn't move. Same thing for this other side, it has that adjustability. And the other thing you're going to get from it is just the design over the stock one. The stock one is just like stamped sheet metal. This one is pretty flimsy when you compare it to this one. So being more solid, it's going to prevent any deflection in the suspension. And as well, if you like, on the bushings, you can get the spherical bushings, but this one here is the rubber bushings. I'm going to install this rear arm on the passenger side first. I try to just adjust it to where the stock one was at. The stock one was blown, but I just try to eyeball it, so just install it and see how it sits. I do have the jack down here to help me get in place to get this bolt here for the rear arm. And so now I have everything under load. I'm going to tighten all 3 bolts at 43 foot-pounds. And as for adjustment on the vehicle, what you would do is loosen up these locking nuts, loosen up both of them. If you see on the middle here, you're able to get a wrench on there, so if you're needing to adjust it, you'll go to the left for negative and the right for positive. Like I said, with the stock one, I just kind of measured it side by side and just adjusted it to there, and then I'll check whenever I'm on level ground to see what the camber is set at. I drove around a little bit, and this driver's side looks like it has a little bit too much camber. I'm just going to lift up the car here. I'm still on stock suspension, so I'll be able to get a gap here and get my hand and wrench to adjust the camber arm. If you're on coilovers or if you have bigger wheels on here, you might not be able to do that. You probably will have to jack it on up and take the wheel off in order to adjust it. Like I said before, loosen up these locking nuts, this one here and this one here. Whenever you're facing this way, you'll still be able to just left for loose and right to tight for this one. If you're facing it whenever it's out of the box, it might seem a little weird, but whenever it's installed, it's still lefty loosey, righty tighty. Like I said before, you're going to go counterclockwise left in order to shorten it to get more camber, negative camber, or you're going to go right in order to lengthen it to get positive camber. So in this case, I'm going to be going right to get positive camber. Rear camber arms are on and the car feels a whole lot better, a little bit more stiffer. I am going to do a brake flush on it real quick, and so first thing I'm going to open the hood and empty the reservoir. Clean these parts on up. They actually clean better with just some soap and water, especially this one. Put some soap, water, just shook it up, closed the holes. It's not completely clean, but it looks a whole lot better than what it was looking like before. So I am going to let these parts sit in the sun for a little bit just to make sure you get all that water out of there. I don't want it mixing in with the brake fluid. Reservoir is installed, and I am going to put some dot for brake fluid in the reservoir. I'm going to start on the wheel furthest from the brake master cylinder, and that is going to be on the rear passenger, and then going to go on the rear driver, and then we'll go into the front. You can have someone go in the car, pump the brakes, hold it while you bleed it, but here I do have a hand pump, and I'm going to use this since I am by myself. I was trying to bleed the brakes using the hand pump, and I don't think the hand pump has enough pressure to get the line started for bleeding them. So I did have to call a friend. They're going to be here in a little bit. They're going to be able to pump the brakes on the inside while I'm on the outside, just opening and closing the line. All right, you're holding it right?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, I'm about to do it first time. Do it again?
More time?
Yeah. All right, again?
Alright, holding it.
Do it again?
Alright.
This is going to be it for this video, guys, on changing out those rear camber arms and real quickly flushing out the brake fluid. I probably at least bled each side on the brakes about 8 times, just having my friend in there pump it up 4 times, hold it until I completely bled it on out, and then just redid it over and over. With the car being this old, you don't know if or when was the last time, so the pedal feels firmer, and that's exactly what I was looking for. Like I said, on changing out those rear camber arms from at least my factory old ones, it really cured up a lot of the shakiness, wobbliness that I was having previous. And now with the upper control arms, the car feels really good. At least for now, I don't have to really touch the suspension. But of course, in the future, you know I am going to be modding it. Go ahead, check out the channel. Drop a comment down here if you like how the car's coming along, or just any questions you guys might have. Tons of other videos that you guys can be checking on out, so go ahead, check them out. And if you like the content I put out, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. So check out those other videos, guys. I'm gonna have to catch you on the next one, player.